here on the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel.
Tanner's back. Tanner's back. They've been missing you.
Oh my gosh, we have missed you guys too. We're so excited to be back. We spent some time over the pond in Barcelona.
Over the pond.
Over the pond. Is that what people call it? I call it that.
I mean, yeah, that sounds right to me.
So good. Yeah, we absolutely adore Barcelona. If you see me moving, don't be surprised. We're going to Barcelona. I'm kidding.
Is that why you asked me if I could move anywhere? Where would I move? You're like, I'm moving to Spain.
I'm moving to Spain. This is my announcement video. No, I'm kidding. We had such a lovely time. There's parks on every corner. Every single coffee shop was amazing.
Courtney said all the food was good, and no matter where you went.
No matter where we went to the Science Museum, and they had like a kids cafeteria there where we had to eat because it was like torrential downpouring, and the food there was awful. I was like, okay, a little humble. They gave me a microwave to put my food in.
It was kids' food though, right?
Yeah,
like chicken nuggets.
It was cute. It was cute. But everywhere else was like some of the best food we ever had. But y'all, I've been thinking about boot camp since National Craft Month kicked off for March 1st. Normally, boot camp is like this week of the month.
Yes.
But it's next week. So here's the dealio. If you're not registered for National Craft Month boot camp, get registered right now. You're gonna be entered to win some amazing giveaways.
Every single day we're giving away.
Every single day you're getting a giveaway, number one. Number two, 5 days, amazing, top level projects you cannot miss out on. So good.
Boot camp projects are always really good, but March boot camp projects are on another level.
We are so excited. Sadie and I went live on Monday.
Oh yes, it was so good.
It was so fun. That is kicking off a new little series that we will have spontaneously throughout the month or here and there, where we get to highlight some of our amazing friends that are crushing it, selling their crafts. We are so excited. We've been having such a blast inside of Passive Earner Society. We are having a conference next month coming up, so mark your calendars for the Etsy Effect. We'll be selling tickets to that after, in April. If you've been on the fence about Etsy, if you want to know what it's like to have an automated, infinite inventory Etsy shop, you've got to come to the Etsy Effect. It is phenomenal.
It's gonna be so much fun.
We are super excited.
Yeah.
Love it. If you're a member of Maker's Gonna Learn, you don't have to register. You're automatically entered. You're automatically enrolled in boot camp. But if you're just a friend of the show, be sure to register so we can send you just those few files. And then be sure to tune in live every day, 1:30 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube channel. We will email you all the things you need. It'll be super phenomenal.
Now, this isn't a question someone's asked yet, but I know it's coming.
Yeah.
If you're an MGL Plus member, which if you haven't been here in a while, we're going to get into what MGL Plus is here in just a second.
We're so excited.
If you're an MGL Plus member, do you get automatic access to the Etsy Effect?
Yes, you do.
Okay, that's huge.
It is huge, yeah. So when you are an MGL Plus member, you get access to almost everything. Pretty much all of our programs outside of Passive Earner Society.
Yes.
You will get access to all of our past courses, all of our future programs and courses like the Etsy Effect. I have a big video shoot tomorrow announcing some crazy things that we're adding here at Maker's Gonna Learn. So stay tuned for that.
We've been busy little bees.
We've been busy. We've been having a lot of fun.
Yes.
And it is continuing just to up-level our game every single day. So if you're on the fence about what MGL Plus is, check out the sales page. It will kind of show you what it is. You do get to credit your existing membership to upgrade, so there is an additional incentive. And for National Craft Month, you can use the coupon code 75OFF. So if you think about it, if you're an existing member, you get to credit your existing membership.
Yes.
Plus that $75 off. It makes it such a great founding member for MGL Plus. So if you're on the fence, I will tell you, we have some really great things coming for that, program-wise and things like that. So you'll get all the fun. You get to come to Make-a-thon next year. You get to secure your Make-a-thon box right now when you say yes. That will expire at the end of boot camp.
Yes.
So you have a little bit, you have until next Friday to make that decision. Do I want to say yes? Do I want to get the savings? all the credits, things like that. This is the lowest price you'll ever be able to get MGL Plus. So we're so excited.
It's brand spanking new. Not only that, but we've got some other things that we talked about, like Another Year of Maker You and the Etsy effect. So these are, if you're someone who likes to invest in our courses, and I know a lot of you all are ride or dies, like you're going to sign up no matter what. The MGL Plus membership is honestly just the best way to go in my opinion.
And if you are from our MGL lifetime offer, it's your all access pass. So you don't have to ask, like, do I get anything you're doing? It's yes.
So
don't you worry. You'll be getting your email with your coupon code to register as well. So we're super excited.
Okay, well,
love it.
We are going to be making a bridesmaid box today, and I know a lot of you are probably like, I'm not getting married anytime soon.
I'm not getting married right now, but maybe I need to have it in my back pocket. I don't know.
You never
I don't have my wedding ring on, which is hilarious.
Oh no!
I was charging it.
Charging it? Is it your Aura ring?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Trey's wedding ring broke, and I had to buy him a new one.
That's good luck.
I hope so. Not a bad symbol or something. Anyways, we're going to be making bridesmaid boxes. If you are not a bride, if you are not making these boxes, this is still a really good tutorial on how to apply specific types of vinyl to specific blanks.
So good.
Yeah, so.
The crafting is next level for this project. The luggage tag, guys, you're going to be obsessed with.
It's so cute.
I'm obsessed.
Lauren's like, I want to have that when you're done.
Yeah, Lauren's taking that. She's already claimed it. The box, I think you could do this in so many different ways.
Yes.
Like if I was a realtor, like giving the people their keys in a box.
Like
or,
fancy.
Something like that would be super fun. So yeah, there's a lot of different things. You're doing a little...
We got a print and cut training. We've got an HTV training. It's going to be so good. Are y'all ready to dive in?
Let's dive in.
Let's do it. Now, somebody said, Lauren, I was walking in here and Lauren said, the link for the box is not working. I'll fix it right when we get off the live for you guys. But let me just show you close up what we're going to be making. So this is, I'm going to close it first of all. Like, are you kidding me? This looks like one of those fancy sunglasses boxes you get at like Gucci or something, like with your custom monogram put on it. And this is made with the reflective HTV. This is the HTV we used on here. And it looks embossed, like incredible. It looks so good. And then when you open it up, we did a print and then cut right here, mainly because I want you to be able to use this box afterwards if you are using it for a bridesmaid box. So they can just pop that off and use this as a jewelry box or whatever. And then we also created a little luggage tag with the same vinyl, except we're applying it to leather. So we're gonna get to see how to apply it to linen and then how to apply it to leather. And then we also did this super cute little print and then cut tag that says I couldn't tie the knot without you. And y'all, you can get these earrings in bulk on Amazon. These are actually from my house because I got some earrings and I was like, I'm never gonna wear those even though they're so cute. So I put them in there. I just thought they were adorable.
So fun.
So we're gonna be putting this together today, okay? So you're not gonna need a whole lot of crazy supplies. You're just gonna need some type of box. Now this box, I wanna measure it for you guys because I don't know the exact parameters, but just so you have a better idea, this is 6 3/4 by 4 1/2-ish. So not super huge. The depth on it is not crazy either, like, I don't know, 1.5 inches. So pretty decently small box, but you can fit so much stuff in it. And this is what it looks like when you just open it. So there's even this little tag here. Look how cute. You can put it out here and then they can open it by pulling that. So cute little box. These luggage tags, these are both off of Amazon. This is genuine leather, I want to say. These are nice. Like, it looks like, I'm smelling it. Because you know leather smells like leather. It doesn't smell like leather, but it looks like leather because it's got this like rough edge. But these are super cute. It's giving me Anthropologie vibes. Listen, if you guys have ever shopped there.
And if you're ever traveling and you, I mean, I have the away suitcases. You know, the other ones like the BEIS brand. That's
the
really
Bees,
the Bees is really popular right now. I'll be the first to tell you, you've got to have something so you can see yours versus anyone else's.
Yes.
I got custom luggage tags from my Courtney's grandma.
Did you?
A couple of years ago, and they were like sublimated, and she got them from Etsy.
Oh.
And they're awesome. Like,
yeah.
Love them.
I love it.
And that's a great example of something that you could easily do with Cricut and things like that.
Yeah,
So
pre-spring break. If you guys are doing anything.
Oh my gosh, who's going anywhere for a spring break?
Well,
Let us
you know, we used to go to Atlanta all the time, but I haven't been doing a spring break. Now that I'm an adult. That was when I was a kid. Okay, anyway, so you're gonna need those. You are going to need this vinyl right here. Now this vinyl, I have talked about this before on the channel, and I use this any opportunity I can get because this vinyl is such a random brand on Amazon, but it cuts and weeds like butter, y'all. Like, I don't even know if you know, the quality when it transfers is so good. It's just beautiful. So we linked all of this below for you guys. You're gonna need some vinyl. Now, if you don't have this reflective metallic vinyl, you can totally do this with any regular HTV, okay? So if you wanna do it to match a color scheme, like black or navy or red or whatever, you can use whatever HTV you want. It applies exactly the same and it cuts exactly the same, okay? So you're gonna need some HTV. You're gonna need a double-sided tape runner to attach our little tag to the inside of our box. You're gonna need some cardstock for our print and cut. So we're gonna make the earring holder as a print and cut, as well as the label on the inside of the box. And then you're gonna need some basic crafting tools like a burnishing tool and a weeder. And then I've got the Cricut Mini Easy Press here. I would recommend just using like a small press for this. It's a very precise project. Y'all know this is my favorite tool to use in the craft room. And speaking of favorite things, we are doing our masterclass as an MGL's favorite things this year. Hashtag Oprah Winfrey.
What time is that on Monday?
1:30.
1:30 p.m. Eastern. You must be a member to come to our favorite things. I don't want to spoil it, but we're giving away 20 different things.
Yeah, like at least we're giving away our favorite things.
We're giving away all of our favorite things. There's gonna be 20 winners. It's iconic. I want to bring this high vibe energy.
Yeah,
quite a bit. So get ready.
Well, and I'll say this, typically we only have like 70 people in our master classes. If we don't break like 150 people, y'all gonna be breaking my heart. But I'll also say your chances are higher of winning a prize if you're there.
That's true.
So I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah, you have to be there.
Yes.
So if you want to come and win, you gotta be there.
Gotta show up.
So good.
You're gonna need a standard grip mat to cut your vinyl with, and then I've got some of this little stuffing. You can get this at the Dollar Tree for $1.50. If you guys didn't see the video, see the news. Dollar Tree is going up to $1.50.
Crazy.
And their highest item is going to be $7. Is that what you said?
$7.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. You can't just go leisurely shop to the Dollar Tree anymore unless you got a checkbook.
That's thesis of my video. Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
okay, let's go ahead. We're going to jump into Cricut. Let me get logged in here. We'll do that later. Okay, so you're gonna need a couple fonts and only one file for this project, which is really nice. So the first file that you're gonna need, we're gonna go ahead and download everything from the website, which is makersgonnalearn.com if you are new here. And we're going to download everything we need. I like to do this when I'm starting a project, kind of look through my files, look through my fonts to see if I can get some inspiration. And all of these little bow frames, I am just obsessed with. This is, if you've heard the term coquette, this is kind of the coquette vibe, like the bows, the wavy borders. This is super trendy right now, and that's why we love it so much. And I'm just gonna click that little download icon, and it's gonna pop into a zip folder. So if you are on a Mac, typically it'll pop up here into this little like down arrow situation, and we're gonna double click on that. If you can't find it for some reason, go to your Finder and go to your downloads, or go to your File Explorer if you are on a PC, and it's gonna either be in your recents or your downloads. You will need to unzip your folder. So this one right here, this is how it would typically come in. If you're on a PC, you may need to right click and extract. Otherwise, you can just double click on it. So I'm gonna open this up, and you can see our SVG is here. So typically our files will come with a PNG and an SVG, which is really nice if you do more print and cut than cutting. The PNGs are our printable images, our SVGs are our cutting, or S for scissors. That's how I remember it. So we're gonna just leave that there, okay? Just leave that box there. I'm gonna go back to our website, and we are gonna go to our fonts. Now we're using two newer fonts today that are so gorgeous. This font pairing, write it down. I don't know if this one is in our font pairing book, but you need
So
to
good.
write this one down. It's Sweetgrass and Zephyr. Sweetgrass.
Grass.
I like that name. And this font is so pretty and bougie looking. It's like as if you signed it. I love it. Okay, gonna go ahead and download that. Now we don't want to click on it yet because we're gonna go get our other font. I'm just gonna type in Zephyr. It's Zephyr. And Daisy's saying the gold foil HTV link isn't working. Okay, I'm gonna double check those links for you guys after the live stream.
Yay.
And we are going to download this font. Okay, now we can click on these and open them in our Finder. And then to download a font, it's pretty similar as far as double clicking the file folder to unzip it or right clicking it to unzip it. But then once you get it unzipped, you're gonna need to double click on the font and then we're going to hit install font. That's gonna put it on our computer. And let's go back to Finder. And I'm gonna double click on the Zephyr font, hit install font. Okay, now they're both on our computer, right? So let's go over to Cricut and we need to make sure that these are installed on Cricut Design Space. So make sure if you're in the middle of working on something, you save your project up here. So you would save and then click save. And then we are going to go view and reload. That's gonna ensure that our fonts go from being just sitting in our computer to now they're in Cricut Design Space. So it's as easy as that, you guys. Super easy, okay? Now that's gonna get our fonts on there, but we need to go get our little bow frame, right? So if you wanna upload an image, such as a PNG or an SVG, you're gonna need to go to upload, which is on the bottom left of your screen. And then we're gonna hit upload image. From there, you can either hit browse or you can open up your Finder and drag and drop the image, which is my preference. I just feel like it's easier to drag and drop. I'm just gonna click, drag, and then you'll hit continue, okay? And then upload. Beautiful. All right, so we have our fonts. Let's make sure. I'm gonna open up a text box. We're gonna go up here to the top left, which is where our font menu is. And then you can see right here, we have our Cricut fonts, which is not where we wanna live. We wanna live over here in our system fonts. And you can type in Zephyr. And there it is. What's really nice, and Courtney really pioneered this project, we have made all of our fonts have MGL at the front of them. So if you all are looking for MGL fonts if you've started downloading them last month until now, if you type in MGL, it's gonna pull up all of our MGL fonts. So you don't have to go looking. Isn't that so nice? But we wanna make sure Zephyr's there, and then we wanna make sure that Sweetgrass is there. There it is. It's gigantic, but it's there. Okay, cool. Now, with that being said, we're gonna take this one project at a time because we kind of have like 4 mini projects. So we're gonna work on our HTV stuff first, which means we need to do the top of our box, okay? We need to do the top of our box, and then we will work on our tag. So the first thing I want you all to do, get your box, make sure you got it in the right direction. So you want to open it, make sure that you are going to be putting it right where it's supposed to go. And then I'm going to measure this one we did before because I really love the size of this. It makes it look high end, you know? So this is going to end up being like 1.5 by 2. Now, if you wanted that exact size, what you can do is come in here and open up a little square, okay, from your basic shapes. We're going to unlock this. We're gonna make it 1.5 by 2. And then what we'll do is select that box. I'm gonna change it to a guide up here at the operations menu on the top left of the screen.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna give us a little square.
So fun.
And then I'm gonna go get a text box. So click the T and we're gonna type in L by itself. And this is gonna be that Zephyr font. So you're gonna go to your fonts, type in Zephyr, and click it, and it's gonna change your font. And then what I'll do is hit Command D, and it's gonna duplicate my letter, same exact size, same font, everything, and I'm gonna change that to an N. And then I'm going to kind of overlap them just a little bit like that. Classy, so classy. Now, You can attach these, but I personally like to unite them so they cut out as a unit. If we attach it, the cut lines are gonna go through the other letter, and I don't want that to happen. So when you get them laid out how you want, we're gonna select both of them. So you're gonna click, drag to select both, and we're gonna come over here to our combine menu, which is at the bottom of the layers panel. I'm gonna click that. Now, weld is what we used to do. Historically, weld was like the way. If you guys haven't been around a while, or if you haven't used these combine menu options before, unite is the same as weld, but it's reversible, and you can kind of manipulate the layers after it's united. So I'm gonna click unite, and you can see now it's all one piece, okay? And then I'm just gonna bring this in, and we're gonna size it up to fill up our little box, because this is what we measured. Cute, cute, cute. Perfect.
Ooh.
I love it. And then you can delete your little box. So now we know. All right. From there, we need to create our little bow situation. So I'm gonna go back to my uploads and click on the image that I want and add it to the canvas. Now, let's measure our little tag and make sure we get the sizing right on this. This is something you definitely want to have a guide on. So we're going to create a little guide for us to make sure it fits. Now, I'm going to measure the width this way, which is like 2 3/4. And then I'm not measuring this arch up here. I'm going to measure from beneath this tag hole to the bottom, because we're not actually putting vinyl up there at the top. So 2 3/4 by, let's say 3.5, okay? So I'm not gonna make my shape that size. I need my guideline to be that size. So I'm gonna go to my basic shapes, and I'm just gonna grab a square. A square is my go-to. Oops.
Y'all, I just realized Sadie's getting married. Sadie, how have you decided to ask your bridesmaids? Have you asked them yet?
I made little boxes.
She made boxes.
Oh, I want to see your
Okay.
little boxes.
Love it.
Just came out.
So cute. So cute. We're behind for Sadie.
We should have been making a bunch of Sadie made her wedding invitations that are literally
the wedding
gorgeous.
invitations are like Maker University level.
They really are. They're like a little set with an RSVP card. It's print then cut on
Iconic.
X Games mode. Okay, so this is our little tag. I'm gonna make it green for funsies. Okay, now we've got our template. This is the area we can work with, and this is how big our image comes in. We don't want it to be that big, okay? So we're gonna shrink her down. I'm gonna actually change this color to this gold, and it's behind our image now, so you can hit arrange and bring to front, or you can hit command right bracket. Okay, and then I'm just going to size this up to fill it in pretty good. I don't want to bring this, like, you all should not be bringing your images all the way to the end there. Let your image breathe. I think sometimes we think, oh, we need to fill all the space up, but you really don't. Sometimes negative space can really be pleasing to the eye, and I think a lot of people overlook that. So we're just going to kind of bring it in here. I'm giving it a little bit of space all the way around, okay? Don't worry too much about placement, because we're going to actually go in and place all this here in just a minute. And then what's really nice, since we're putting the same initials on the tag as we are in the front, I can go ahead and select this LM, and I'm going to hit Command D, and this can actually fit inside of here. Now let me change it to yellow so you all can see it better. I'm going to zoom in. Now it's a little bit big. Now let me look at the original and see. Yeah. We've shrunk it down a little bit more on the original. So I'm just going to click this and make it just a little bit smaller so it looks nice and it fits nice in here. Beautiful. That's super cute. Okay, now we can get rid of our square. You can hide it. If you plan on making a bunch of these, don't delete it, because you already went through all that work. Just hide it. One thing I do want to do is make sure that this L and M is attached to this bow frame. That way I don't have to go in and place it myself. It's just going to cut out in the same section, and I can apply it to our tag easier. So I'm going to select both the letters as well as the bow frame, and we are going to go to combine and unite. And now it's one little guy all by itself. I am going to change the color of this to gold, because we're also cutting these out of the same color. So now we have our tag and we've got our little box cover, and that's good. We've done 2 out of 4.
Boom.
Boom. Okay, we're gonna keep working. Now, the next thing that we need to do is work on our print and cut question for the inside. If you guys didn't know, if you're working with print and cut, or if you're working with a lot of white and you want to be able to see the edges of your design, go to this bottom right where it says blank canvas, click on that white square, and then up here, click color, and we're going to change this to a light gray. And now you can actually see what you're working on.
Such a good hack.
Yeah.
Such a good hack.
Because I feel like you can't see it,
Right.
you know, and you want to be able to see the perimeter.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do next is we need to create a 4 by 2.5 inch square. This will vary if you're not using the same box, but kind of measure. Let me show you guys the proportions of this one. So we left a few inches all the way around, but it's really just going to depend on the size of your box, okay? You could make it bigger if you do a bigger box. I would. Okay, so we are going to make 4 by 2.5 inch rectangle. So just pull in a square, make sure your shape is unlocked, and we're going to type in 4 by 2.5. Beautiful. And then we're going to change it to white. We're keeping it classy, white on black. Classy with gold. I mean, you can't, there's nothing more timeless than black, white, and gold. And then we are going to add a text box. So, Lauren, question mark, and I'm going to hit Command A, and that's going to select all the text inside of our box, and we're going to change this to our sweet grass font. Beautiful. We're going to pull that up here. Now I want to show you all a cool trick. If you're working with multiple lines of text, we are just going to double click on that text box, hit enter, whoops, and then we are going to type in bridesmaid, okay, because that's the other word that's in the same script. And what you can do is select that text box and go to advanced and ungroup to lines. So advanced, ungroup to lines with the text box selected, and it's going to separate those lines of text. So you can kind of pull bridesmaid down here. And honestly, I want to make this like as big as possible. I need them to know like, I'm asking you to be my bridesmaid. You know what I mean? So we are going to do that there. And then I'm going to hit Command D, and that's going to duplicate our text box again. This time I'm going to type in, will you be my? And this one is going to be in our Zephyr font. So hit Command A to select all of your text, and we are going to type in Zephyr. Beautiful. I know there's a lot of like little nitpicky things that you can do here. So if you guys need to rewatch this, it will be available for replay.
Yes.
Never stress if you're watching live and you're like, slow down. Just because there's a lot of training, and I want to make sure you guys can get it all in an hour. Okay, one thing I'm going to do, this text is so beautiful, but I want to space my letters out a little bit more. This is something I do often because I think that it elevates my design.
Makes it a little bit more readable.
Yeah, it lets you breathe.
Yeah,
right? We want to breathe when we see our designs. We want it to be a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
So I'm going to select that text box, and then up here under letter space, we're going to increase, just bump that arrow up a little bit. Do you see how it's adding space in between my letters? Nothing crazy, but I do like how it looks personally. Okay, I think that might be a little too much. You can kind of play around with it. Okay, I think that's Gorgina. That looks so cute. Now, it may look like it's black, but the text that comes in with Cricut is a dark charcoal gray. I'm just letting you know now, because if I go to flatten this, I'm gonna actually duplicate this and show you. If I flatten this how it is right now, it looks like it's black, right? It's not. So I'm gonna select all of my text and change it to solid black, and then flatten it, and look, you can see the difference. Do you see how much darker this is? So make sure you change your font color to actual black if that's what you're wanting to do, okay? So I'll just delete this one. This is the one that we want, and then that's it for us. Now, if you missed it, after you get your text on there, after you've got all of your things on here exactly where you want them, make sure you get it all lined up, and you can kind of put it wherever you want. you select everything. So select all 3 text boxes. And now, since we're working with a PNG, you're not going to unite. That is not what you need to do for a printable image. What you need to do is flatten it. So if you're wanting to combine images and you're wanting to cut them at the same time, you would go to Combine, Unite. If you're wanting to print and cut an image all together on one piece, you need to flatten it. So we're going to select everything and we're going to hit flatten. And now it's on one little layer. Cricut now knows I only need to cut around that border. It's not going to individually cut out all the letters. It's just going to print it out and then cut the border. Okay, does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Perfect.
Woo-hoo.
Now, third one is done. Beautiful. We're just trucking along. Okay, for this one is probably the most difficult one, but y'all, it's nothing to stress about. What we're gonna do here is we are gonna come over to our basic shapes. So are you guys like getting the vibe? You're coming back to your basic shapes every time. And whenever I work on projects, that's how I function. I go and get my shape, I go and get my guideline just to have that foundation. So we are gonna actually be using this pennant, also known as a gravestone. Everyone's like, you guys use those gravestones all the time. I just think they're cute. I think they're cute. I am going to flip this vertical. So the arch is up, and then I'm going to unlock it and we're going to make it a little bit wider. Okay. This one is 2.5 wide. Oh, I made it 2.5 wide on the money. And then we're going to change it to white. And remember, you can customize these to fit whatever colors you're doing. If you're wanting to do more of a different color scheme, you can totally customize it to your own. Okay, and then from here, we are just going to add our text. So I'm gonna write, I couldn't tie. I'm going to select it all and change it to black. And then we're gonna, if you accidentally do something and you're like, oh no, hit Command Z. We'll undo. Or you can come up here to this little arrow. Okay, we're gonna shrink this down. And we just want it to fit right above the earrings. And then I'm gonna hit Command D to duplicate my text box. Are y'all using your shortcut keys? If you're not, you need to get used to it. It's so much easier. I
have very few. I love the undo shortcut key.
Yes.
I'm just not I'm not at Lauren's level.
Yeah. I'm a shortcut key girl too.
Are you?
Oh, that's all I do.
It's crazy.
That's all I do.
You're crazy.
And then the knot, we're gonna change that to Sweetgrass. My favorite shortcut key while we're talking about it is the Command Tab, where you can tab in between your opened boxes. That's my favorite one. Okay, and we're gonna size this up to a little bit bigger. Okay, now we don't want to flatten it yet, because if I zoom in, I want to show you all. If I zoom in, see these little holes right here? We need to make sure, listen, we don't want to be poking holes ourselves. No. We need to put the holes in ourselves. Now these are teeny weeny tiny. So I'm going to zoom in as much as I can because I want to be able to place them where I want. So what you're going to do is come over here to your shapes. We are going to add a circle. It's going to come in gigantic and we're going to shrink it down. Now this time we are not going to unlock our shape because I want it to be proportional all the way around. So if I change the width on this with that lock being closed, it's going to proportionally size everything down. So let's do a 0.25 and see. I think that's going to be too big still. We're just going to shrink it down ourselves. Okay. So this little guy is going to go here, and then I'm going to hit Command D, and I'm going to drag it right here. Now I'm going to put enough space in between these, and I'm going to actually click that one, hold my Shift key down to click the other one. You can see they're a little bit crooked. So if you want, come up here to Align and center vertically, and that's going to put them right in line. And another thing you could do is group them, and then oh, I guess they are already, and then we're gonna hit Shift and click that arch, and we're gonna go to Align and center horizontally. So now they're like perfectly in the middle and they're perfectly in line with each other, okay? Now, there's a couple different ways. You can either just attach these to the arch shape, so I could just hit attach and it's gonna cut those circles out, or you can click and drag to select the circles as well as the arch shape and go to combine, exclude, and then let me zoom out so you can see what's going on. It looks like the words disappeared, but they're really just behind everything. So I'm gonna send this to the back. Looky there, beautiful. Okay, we're just gonna keep it at that, all right? Now, let's select everything here and we are going to flatten. Our Cricut knows now I am not gonna cut out those letters. I'm only gonna cut out the arch and I'm only gonna cut out these little earring holes, okay? So really, technically, you should do it the exclude way because if I attach those and I flattened them, it would mess up your cut. So you need to make sure to do the exclude steps, okay?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful.
Love the align functions.
Yes.
Jenna says that. Yeah, we love it, love it, love it, love it.
Everything's got to be aligned, y'all. Okay, I'm going to group. I want to show you guys. This is one of my favorite hacks. I don't know if you call it a hack.
Before we move forward, do we have a printable resource on shortcut keys?
Yes.
Yeah, check your library. So under the dashboard, if you want to do that real fast before we move on. I'm pretty sure. Let's see if it's in there. I'm not sure. I feel like we've
done it for something.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We're gonna go to the dashboard.
Okay, here's our Maker's Gonna Learn dashboard. It's cute and gorgeous. And under here, a lot of you guys may be members and don't even know that you have access to these resources.
Yeah, so go to resources. This is your little printable resource library, only for members. We don't give these away. These are all for you. I want to see if we have one. If not, we'll have to work on one. Font pairing.
We have one created somewhere. Is it in Master Your Cricut? I'm pretty sure I made one for Master Your Cricut.
Yeah, let's find it. I think if you go to the table of continents, like it's clickable. So we'll load the book.
Okay.
And this is again available to all of you that are members. So I wonder where it would be.
I have made it. Oh, here, using shortcut commands and design space. Okay, page 24.
Go to day 7 of the 30-day challenge.
Wait, page 24.
Page 24.
Yeah.
Or day 7.
Oh, yeah, day 7.
So good.
And then, so all of these, and we even have it for Mac and Windows.
Yes.
Isn't that so nice? Look. You guys can print these out and like laminate them.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have not done the 30 days to master your Cricut and you are a member, please go do that first and foremost. Okay, do you guys love that? I think that was fun. We never get into our resources like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, this is what I like to do. If I'm working on a bunch of stuff on one canvas and I want to hide stuff quickly, rather than coming over here and being like, which one do I want to hide? I'll select everything I want to hide, select it all at the same time, group it, and hide it. Magic. And then so all that stuff that was there before is hidden, and only the stuff that we just made right now is available to cut. All right, are you guys ready? We're gonna start making it. Okay, we're gonna go. We are using the Maker 4 today.
Ooh, and
have you seen it? It's so fast.
The colors are phenomenal.
It's beautiful.
I haven't got to see it cut yet.
Yeah, I was thinking you hadn't seen it cut yet. The Explorer is sitting over there too.
Yeah, the Explorer is beautiful too. We are loving it. Okay,
so we've got both of these here, and then, oh, I must have not hid one of these. We're gonna just hide that. We don't need that. Okay, we'll start with our print and then cut. So this is gonna print out on our printer. We use a Canon TS 9500 series. If you're in the market for a new printer, this is the good one.
And the prices have really came down since COVID.
Yeah, they really have. It's very inexpensive and amazing.
Yep.
So we're gonna select continue. And I'm going to send this to printer. Now, whenever this dialog box pops up, I want to talk about a couple things. So if you're doing a print and then cut, I want to go ahead and tell you to stop printing from here, okay? Stop printing from here. This is not the way to do it. What you need to do is select your printer. For this instance, we don't need a bleed. If we were using a full color image, we would use the bleed here. The bleed prevents us from having white edges if the cutting is off a little bit. But we're cutting white, so it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna turn off the bleed. I'm gonna turn on the system dialog. Turn it on. Every single time you go to print, turn on your system dialog and hit print. From there, it's gonna pop up another dialog box. If you're using a Mac, it may pop up behind Cricut, so we're just gonna pull our screen down and look, it's right here. Are you with me? We're
With
using
ya.
the dialog box. We are not printing from Cricut. We're printing from the dialog box. We're gonna feed this from the rear tray because we are using a thicker cardstock. So you're gonna wanna use like a 60 to 80 pound cardstock for this. You don't wanna use just copy paper. It won't be as nice.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, and then our media type, I'm just gonna keep it on auto, but I am gonna change the quality to best. So this is gonna get you your best print every single time. And then I'm going to send that to our printer. You can go ahead and hit done, and I'm gonna grab that really fast for you guys.
Okay, come back to me, everyone. How are we doing? What can we do for you? Do you have any questions? This is inspiring you. I mean, here's what you need to know. Boot camp is next week. Sadie's gonna drop a link for you to get registered. It's iconic. We love getting to come together, and we're gonna really, rally and just celebrate National Craft Month. There's gonna be 5 projects that are just so good that you're gonna want to recreate. If you're a member, you're already enrolled. If you are not a member, get registered. It's one of the few times a year I give away free cut files and things like that, so you can craft right alongside us. And here's the deal. Next week, we will be announcing some really great things, so stay tuned. If you're not a member, get excited. You can register now and you'll qualify for all that's coming, but just buckle up if you've been on the fence about getting started with Makers Gonna Learn. I highly, highly, highly recommend for you to go over and enroll in boot camp, because we will really get to spend 5 days with you. And then I know we had some members kind of confused. Our masterclass, we are ending the month with our members.
Yeah.
Masterclass live 1:30 p.m. Eastern, member only. Makers Gonna Learn's favorite things. So woohoo! Let's do it.
So fun.
So good, so good.
All right, so we've got our printout. Now, if you haven't done print and cut before, you're gonna notice that there are these registration boxes around the edges of your design. And that is so that the Cricut can read the print and then know exactly where to cut. You also wanna pay attention to this little arrow on the top left corner. It needs to always be pointing up towards this top left corner, which makes sense because that's how everything is placed on here, that we can read the words, yada, yada. Okay, now let's go back into share screen. And we are gonna cut this on a medium cardstock. If you have anything over 80 pounds, I would definitely do heavy cardstock, but medium's gonna be perfect for us. And then I am going to insert this. And I don't know if this is a new feature of the Cricut, but I have to push this twice. Actually, that time I pushed it 3 times.
No way, really?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's just like it's not clicking good, and it's just our machine, but.
Listen.
Do better. Okay, and then hit this little go button, right? Now, this is gonna cut, but before we pull this out of the machine, we need to make sure that it cuts, because if you pull this out and try to recut it, it'll not cut right. And I'll show you guys what I mean here in like 2 seconds. But right now it's reading. It's reading, and it has a little light. If for some reason you're working with print and cut and it does not cut all the way through, turn your lights off. Sometimes
Yes.
it really mainly does it with glossy paper, like sticker paper will do it a lot because it reflects the light and then it confuses the Cricut.
There's so many things I just wanted to say, and I was like, oh, I can't say this one, and then I was like, oh, well, I'm filming tomorrow, so I can't say this. Like,
Oh,
we have so
yeah.
many things behind the scenes. I had the craziest thing happen while I was in Barcelona, which is hilarious, and now I'm in lots of meetings regarding things that happened literally 8 years ago when the Cricut first launched.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy at some things that can just like come back your way. So very interesting, but that's funny. And then number 2, I am so excited for the videos I'm filming tomorrow. Alicia, when do you think we'll reveal our first video for the? Like, are we I mean, I don't even know if we have time in March. Like, I think it'll have to be in like April. April's gonna be a big month.
I think we should like take off April with a boom and put them in April.
What if we post on April Fools?
They would think we're joking, but we're serious.
Oh my gosh, that would actually be hilarious.
Oh wait,
Like,
we
I
had a
love
really
this.
funny idea for an April Fool's joke. I have to think about what it was, but it was literally yesterday. Was that me and you, Sadie, saying that would be a funny April Fool's joke?
That's so funny.
Okay, well, I gotta think about it because it's really funny.
I love it.
Okay, so I peeled off my excess, right? And I checked it before I pulled it off because I wanted to make sure it cut. It did cut. I peeled off the excess. Now we're gonna flip this over. We do not want to bend our paper. So I'm going to do what we like to call going with gravity. I'm just taking my finger and kind of plucking this off of here without pulling it off. If you pull it off, it's going to be curved and ugly, okay? And I'm just going to sit these right here. Look how cute. They look so cute.
And flawless and easy and fun.
I love
Let's
it.
go.
Okay, now we need to do our HTV. So we are just going to take our little HTV piece and we're going to put it carrier sheet side down. A lot of times that means shiny side down. With these specialty vinyls, sometimes they have a matte carrier sheet, so we've been saying carrier sheet side down. And I'm going to burnish it down to make sure it's really stuck onto the mat. But with HTV, you always want to be cutting from the back side because it has a built-in carrier sheet. With adhesive vinyl or just the sticky vinyl that doesn't need heat, you can cut it the other way because it doesn't have that built-in carrier sheet and you have to add it yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. Now, I did not mirror my project yet, which is something, if you're working with HTV, you need to mirror your project, and let me show you. So right here, you can see it's not mirrored. If I select everyday iron on, and Cricut was not like this before, used to you had to manually do it every time. Now, if you select everyday iron on, it will mirror your design for you. Isn't that cool?
Are the two little holes still on the mat? Lorraine asked.
The what?
The little holes still on the mat.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
It's fine, it'll cut. Sometimes I'll leave like little pieces on accident.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to hit go, and it's gonna cut. And y'all, this thing cuts so dang fast.
Aw.
It cuts so fast.
So exciting.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Sandy cheeks. Ruby has discovered SpongeBob thanks to my husband.
Why would he do that to you?
She's obsessed. She wants a SpongeBob birthday party, and
No.
she calls everyone Goofy Goober.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
The new SpongeBob is like really weird. The old SpongeBob is funny, and I remember like it being funny in high school and
My
stuff.
mom did not let me enjoy any SpongeBob, so I just like am only turned off due to the fact that she made such a big stink about it.
So you're jealous.
No.
Just kidding.
I just was about to say something. I was like, wait, I never really had an opinion. My
Yeah.
mom thought he was so annoying.
He is annoying.
Yeah, which I think is
But Ruby loves.
Is she loving it?
She tells Alexa to play the Goofy Goober song all the time. Like she's obsessed. It's so funny.
Listen, our boys have discovered how to watch movies on our Amazon Alexa.
Oh.
And this
That's
is not
hilarious.
good. They have bought 2 movies.
Oh, they bought them.
They have bought the robot movie.
Oh.
They bought Sonic.
Robots? Are you talking about robots? That's like about, and it's got.
We went into the movies to see that one that's based off the book. This is like
okay.
an old robots movie that they also love. So
We watched an old robots movie too, and I think it's the
it's
one.
probably the same one.
Yeah.
And the boys are obsessed with the Spider-Man. So everything's Spider-Man right now.
Their B-Day was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
even.
their little birthday with Spider-Man.
They're so
I love
cute.
it. Love it, love it.
Okay,
Fun characters.
I know, and that's how Ruby went through like Miss Rachel and Bluey.
Yeah.
And then we don't watch iPads, like we never watch iPads, but
Listen, we saved that for the restaurant and the airplane.
that's the way to do it. We're not like anti-iPad. We're not like,
me either.
my kids don't get screen time.
Yeah,
Like,
my
we're-
kids get a lot of screen time.
Yeah, mine too. Like, we're just making it, okay? But we do love, like Ruby loves movies, and I
Yeah.
just can't say that she's wrong, because me and Trey love movies
Listen,
too.
if you have the, if you can watch a movie, I think that's like actually like, I think it takes, the reason screen time traditionally, in my opinion, is looked at as a negative light is because your, I can't think of the term, but
Your attention span?
yes, is not, it's very short. But if you can sit through a
Yes.
movie, oh my gosh, like.
And
you'll have it.
my kids Ruby will stay up watching a movie. I'm like,
Oh,
girl,
my
you
boys will not watch a movie to save their life.
really?
Did Ruby ever get into watching marble runs?
No, but you've told me about them, and I haven't showed her, but she probably would like it.
My boys will sit there and watch marble runs over and over and over.
For hours.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's funny how kids like pick something and fixate on it. We have there's this monkey named Coco, and he does videos on YouTube. And that's what my girls are obsessed with right now. Monkey. They want to watch Coco Monkey. Coco Monkey. I'm like, this is weird, you guys. This is a little weird. Okay, I'm weeding out everything that I don't want. So this is a pin tool, and it's like a little teeny weeny tiny needle at the tip, and it's like shaped like a pin, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So you just come in here at like a 45-degree angle, and I am pulling up all these little pieces. This one isn't too bad to weed, but as you can see, this cut, amazing. This vinyl is honestly just unreal. And then there's like a weird in-between line on this image, so you have to weed out the right line. It's just very dainty. Ooh. Beautiful.
Is there a reason you cut the material after the cut? Susan, so yes, think about this. So you said, can't you just measure and cut it and put it on the mat, then cut it? So Susan, if you want to give yourself more opportunity for a craft fail, do it the way that you typed.
Yes.
The way that we teach is a very streamlined process for everything you do. The way that Alicia just did it is very streamlined and thought out. Put your entire roll of vinyl on the mat. Number 2, cut it out. Number 3, we go in with a true control knife, cut out so we save as much as possible with no worries of, is it exactly there? You know, no thought. Cut it out with true control knife. Leave it on the mat. The mat is your third hand when it comes to crafting. It is go keep it in place. It's phenomenal. I could write a TED talk about it, like at a crafters conference. Please let me sell everyone on this process. Like, yeah, it's incredible.
Okay, so I have set my mini easy press to the second heat setting. When you are ironing onto leather, and this also goes for wood, you do not need a lot of heat. The HTV will actually slide around and you'll be able to see the adhesive a little bit. So I try to just put it on that medium heat setting. You're gonna see this comes off really easily, but you're gonna wanna place it exactly where you want. And then we are gonna, as soon as that turns green, we're gonna iron it on. I'm just gonna sit that there. The transfer tape is sticky, so it allows you to kind of place it where you want it, excuse me, and then if you need to, you can pull it up and move it. I honestly kind of want to do one down here in the corner. Do you guys like that? I don't know. I think I like it up here better. I'm just lining it up. If you want to, you can get specific. Y'all know me. I'm not a measurer. I'm not a precision person. Like, who's going to sit here and tell me what half of 6 3/4 is? 3 and a 3.25 or something? I don't know. Like, no, I'm not doing it. If it looks good right here, that's where it looks good. I mean, period, you know?
Yeah. We love that.
Okay, so let's start with this one. I've got my little thing. It's ready to go. It's green. Now, if you're using a material that you've never used before and you're like, oh, I'm stressed, try it on the bottom. Test it on the bottom. Okay, we're just going to apply a little bit of heat here. This vinyl looks so good, y'all. You just can't beat it. Okay, just applying a little bit of heat. What you can do next is come over here to the corner. I can see it's lifting just a little bit. So we're gonna iron this down a little bit more. And you all cannot see this through the screen, but I can see that there are little tiny bubbles underneath the transfer tape, like indicating that it's heated up and it's actually adhering to the base. For some reason, this corner doesn't want to stick. I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit. So sometimes, especially with metallic vinyls, you have to let it cool down just a little bit. And often they'll say it's a cool peel, like with glitter, a lot is a cool peel, or you'll have like a medium peel or a hot peel. This is more of a medium. And I can tell that because it keeps trying to lift when I'm trying to take this transfer tape off. It's still kind of hot. We're gonna let him sit for a second. And then we're gonna come over here to this one. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. And a lot of people will ask, oh, don't you need like a Teflon sheet or something? No, because this carrier sheet is the protective sheet.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna iron this on. Okay. Ooh, got toasty.
Ooh.
Okay.
So fun.
Yes. Oh my gosh. This vinyl is just so pretty, guys. I cannot express it enough.
I love the foil think it's like one of the most like
I mean, look at
luxurious
it.
materials you'll ever be able to work with.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, this is cooled down. I'm gonna try to pull it from this side and see what happens. Oh yeah, just pull it very carefully. Beautiful. Look how pretty. Okay, and then we are going to open this up and put in our stuffing. Just a little bit, just a little bit. I'm gonna put, well, I'll leave that out. Makes it look cutesy. Put in your tag. I'm gonna take this little guy, flip them over, and I've got a double-sided adhesive gun. You could also, I wouldn't do hot glue. I would just use some type of double-sided tape. Oh, lovely. Okay, and then we're going to attach it to this right here.
Boom.
And then you're gonna put your little earrings in here, pop it in, and honey, you are ready to go. And you look professional.
You just did like 3 different projects. What?
Etsy who? Etsy who?
Yes.
I love it. That's it, you guys.
I love it.
I feel like that was like 4 tutorials in
It really
one.
was, but like my favorite is just this right here.
I know,
Like,
mine
this
too.
looks so
It's like
amazing.
keepsake worthy.
And like these boxes, you can get them like all over. They're on. I mean, this just feels like you paid for it.
It looks like you paid
looks
good
like
money.
you paid good money for it.
Yeah,
What if this is what they're doing at Gucci and Louis? They're
No
just
doubt in my
ironing
mind.
on themselves.
no doubt in my mind.
Then we've got some crazy goodness in here. I mean, this little tag.
I'm just imagining like someone at Gucci in the back with a Cricut.
It's so
ironing
funny.
on their letters.
Listen, they're pros over there. They're doing something. I mean, this is amazing.
Bougie.
I love it.
Yeah.
And it feels like this even.
I know, it's like real leather.
Yeah, it's like not vintage, but it's like.
It feels worn in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's just like bulk manufactured, which I adore. And the little, it ties it all together. So what a
So
fun little
cute.
gift.
Yeah.
Guys, what did you all think? So fun. So fun. Such
Love
an amazing
it.
project.
For
yes. Okay, here's the situation. Boot camp next week.
I'm so
You
excited.
better buckle up. You better bring your A game. We're doing a lot of good projects. Be sure to register. Check out the supply list. Check your email. You've got to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be
gotta
so
be
much fun. I don't know if we've showed you guys the projects that we're working on.
Ooh, you got to register and find out.
Register to find out. They're sitting behind the camera.
Yeah, they're
But-
looking good.
Yeah.
Some paper ones, some advanced ones. So it'll be really, really awesome. So just buckle up. And if you have not already upgraded to MGL Plus and you're a monthly member, get in there. If you're yearly, go ahead and upgrade to MGL Plus. Our monthly membership is half off the first month.
Yes.
You can use the code 75OFF, 75OFF for $75 off your year membership or your MGL Plus membership. Yay! Get access to all our past, future, and present courses at your fingertips with MGL Plus. So we're so excited.
It's going to be so
Love
fun.
it, love it, love it. Oh my gosh, so incredible. If you all have any questions about your account, boot camp, supplies, things like that, we'll be updating these supply links after the live. I know there's a few of you having issues. We are aware, so we'll get that corrected. So just come back later in an hour or two, refresh the page, your supplies will be there. And if you have questions on your supply list for boot camp, get your questions in at customer service. We'd love to help you. Ask the Facebook group. We're ready to celebrate National Craft Month. Spring is here. Guys,
Spring is fun.
my kids were outside from 3 to 7 yesterday. Like, I think we were just so tired of being trapped inside
My kids were outside all evening too.
all
so.
evening. And like, our kids normally go to bed at 7 and they're still, this is funny. We had to leave our playground and like, I left a child there and I was like, bruh, you gotta come in. And like 2 seconds later, he like walked up. But I was
You're like, I'm leaving without you.
yeah, and he jumped for a while, and anytime like I like moved, he would just like keep watching me. I'm like, Braden, come on.
on.
He did not want to
love it.
leave, but
That's so
he was ready to
cute.
stay out there all night, and he slept so good. So anyway,
That's the perk of the warm weather and having
yes.
kids.
You got to be outside. You got to be getting your steps in. You got to be doing your crafting. It's gonna be epic.
It's going to be so fun.
So good. Well,
All right.
y'all have an amazing day. We'll
Yes.
see you back here very, very soon. Check out the interview with Sadie for Monday. Watch the video I posted yesterday.
Yeah.
Get ready for boot camp next week. Get ready for member only masterclass, MGL's favorite things.
So many fun things happening.
Oh yeah. Put your seatbelt on.
Yep.
Let's go get crazy.
It's go time.